The first question is from Stefan Lovaz, and he's asking, how long did your Aliyah last? From the first thought and contact to the Jewish agency until you arrived in Israel. Greetings from a convert in Germany. Guten Abend. I speak a little bit German. I worked with Germans in Saudi Arabia. Germans that converted to Islam. They originally wanted to convert to Judaism, but because they are Tunisian descent, they look Arab. They were rejected 7 times, and then they converted to Islam. Very religious Muslims, very good guys, I can tell you also. I'm sure me and them would have many differences right now because I'm living in Israel. I am extremely proud of the land of Israel. I believe all Jews should live here. So I'm sure we would have some even more chazak, more powerful arguments. Actually, with the conversation that I had with this German convert to Islam, Sofian, that's how I came to Judaism. Because we had many debates. Like it went quiet. I work in the medical field. I was working for a very big hospital, the King's Hospital, Sultan bin Abdulaziz Humanitarian City, 1,400 beds, rehab, only rehab. You know, we had discussions, like things went quiet. Religion. We were just talking religion. After a while, you know, after all this discussion, he told me, look, everything you're saying, at that time I was still like sort of Christian, you know. He told me, you know, everything you're saying, you believe basically like the Jews. Why don't you just convert to Judaism? So I told him, you can't convert. It's a family, you know, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. It's in the blood. It's not convert. So he said, you can convert. And that's how I know he tried. So I consulted with Rav Google, discovered you can, mamash, you can convert. And that's how I got on the whole journey of Judaism. I'm also German descent. I'm a mix of German and Dutch. First of all, thanks for your question. First of all, you're saying you're a convert from Germany. When you convert, you have to wait 9 months after your conversion before you can make Aliyah to Israel. Now, I didn't do that. I was officially accepted into the program, Orthodox program for conversion in 2012, and I finished in 2017. Then, I always wanted to make Aliyah, but I was from a very small community. Sea Point, there's not a lot of frum Jews, not a lot of observant Jews. And I was making the minyan. I was one of the 10. So if I were to leave, they wouldn't make minyan. Now, you shouldn't really worry about that, you know. Hashem will take care of it, and they have minyanim now. But I wanted to like give back to a community that supported me, that loved me, that helped me a lot. The rabbi there was Rabbi Sam Thurgood, brilliant rabbi, probably one of the most intelligent people that you will meet. I'm not just talking Torah now. He knows everything about everything. A born educator. He's now working for Aliyah for their education, for their schools. But mamash, really a born educator. He explains things and you understand them. Not all rabbis can say that. So very, very good rabbi, very good community who took me in. So I wanted to give back to the community, but it's also a very Zionist community. Baruch Hashem. Blessed be God. And they also told me you should make Aliyah. And the main reason I can tell you that I made Aliyah, so I waited 2 years. Now, to answer your question, it takes 9 months. From the time you contact the Jewish agency until you can make Aliyah, takes 9 months. You can get all your documents in order in the meantime. Let's say you converted today. Get your documents in order. You have to wait 9 months, like a waiting period. And then you take your Aliyah flight and you come home. I'll tell you the reason why I made Aliyah. Also, maybe not something I've shared a lot on this channel, but I was living in Sea Point. Sea Point is where most Orthodox Jews live, but there's not a lot of observant Orthodox Jews. That's talking about the males. There is a very few, like Bamidbar in the wilderness. There is a very few observant female Jews. And then obviously they have to like you, you have to like them. That's the other thing. So I told myself, if I don't find, and I tried, don't get me wrong, I tried in Sea Point. But I said, if I don't find someone before July 2019, which was the time the lease of my cars are going to end. That's actually how I tied it, because if I fix myself a date, I know how I will do it. So I fixed it on that date, dated, but nothing stuck. So I made Aliyah. Now I want to tell you the sense of humor of God, which I talk about a lot. Now I'm in Israel. I'm dating a lot. I dated quite a few girls for a few months, not short, like 1 or 2 dates. And someone reaches out to me via this YouTube channel on my Instagram. That's my old Instagram. I deleted that. Maybe I'll talk about the reasons why, many reasons why. But I've got now new Instagram. You can all add me, Shayel, Kriel. I'm not on there a lot, but but I'm hoping to be, because my rabbi said it's good, to inspire people and so on. So someone reaches out to me, Afrikaans girl, and says she and her whole family wants to convert. She's Afrikaans. My native language is Afrikaans. I do video calls with Afrikaans people if they want to convert, because it's easy, and I think it adds a certain dimension to see someone that went through the process from their culture, from living in Israel, no allot to Baruch Hashem, praise be to God, and did a video call with her entire family. Long story short, she's now upstairs and we have 3 kids. God sent me to Israel and got me a wife, Afrikaans wife, from my language, from my culture, from South Africa, imported her to Israel. Baruch Hashem. That's how Hashem works in mysterious ways, especially in Shidduchim. This is also in Chazal, where there's a woman in charge of many people, thousands of people. And she asks religious Jew, Rabbi, what has God been doing? He created the world in 6 days. On the 7 days he did not create. That's why we keep Shabbat and we don't create on Shabbos, because God did not create, and we should be like God. So she says, sounds also logical, what has God been up to? Now we know as religious Jews that God is controlling everything. He arranges everything. So the rabbi replies and says, he's been doing shidduchim. He's been making matches between people. She said, that's easy. I've got 1,000 slaves. I can tell that man, go with that woman. That woman, go with that man. Anyone can do that. Don't need a God for that. So she said, I'll prove it. I'll do it. So she lines up all her slaves. She's like, okay, you together, welcome, you married, mazel tov, mazel tov. Not sure mazel tov, they're not Jewish, but anyway, got married. Next day, she comes back to that rabbi, she says, it's a balagan, it's a mess. People have blue eyes, broken arms. So it's a mashal, this story. It's a, what do you call this now in English? A parable to show you it's not that easy to make a shidduch, to make a match between people. I've also tried. And you think it's good, it's going to work, doesn't work. So it's not so easy to match people up. I hope that answered your question. We went a little bit, to the side. I do that often.